Chuck Connors, best known for his iconic role as Lucas McCain in the beloved TV series The Rifleman, was a towering presence on screen, a tough, principled frontier father with a deadly aim and a heart of gold. For years, fans of the show adored his portrayal of the rugged cowboy who raised his son Mark in the rough New Mexico territory. But behind that stoic gaze and commanding performance, Chuck Connors was carrying a secret, one that remained largely unknown until recently, when long-buried letters, family interviews, and studio records surfaced. What they reveal paints a more complex, and deeply personal, portrait of the man behind the rifle. Before his rise to television fame, Connors had an extraordinary athletic background. He played both professional baseball and basketball, becoming one of the few athletes to play in both Major League Baseball and the NBA. That alone would have made for an impressive legacy, but Connors' secret wasn't about his athletic achievements or his acting accolades. It was something much more personal. Recent discoveries point to the fact that Chuck Connors had a deeply private side he never wanted to reveal publicly. He had a child he never acknowledged during his lifetime. The child, born in the early 1950s during his early years in Hollywood, was the result of a short-lived relationship that Connors reportedly kept hidden due to the pressures of fame, a strict studio system, and his own complicated family dynamics. In the conservative Hollywood climate of the 1950s and 60s, unplanned fatherhood, especially outside of marriage, was considered scandalous, something that could easily derail a promising career. According to documents and personal accounts released by individuals close to the family, Connors made financial arrangements to support the child privately, using legal intermediaries to avoid any direct link to his name. This arrangement continued for many years, but there is no evidence that he ever made personal contact or developed a relationship with the child. For a man who was so widely admired for portraying an ideal father on screen, the reality of his off-screen life presents a striking contrast. Friends and colleagues from The Rifleman set often spoke of Connors as intensely private, sometimes even distant. While he was charismatic and friendly, there were moments when he would retreat into himself, especially during times of personal stress. Some now speculate that the weight of his secret played a role in this behavior. The irony of becoming a symbol of fatherhood on television while having distanced himself from his own biological child must have been emotionally taxing, even for a man as disciplined and composed as Connors. The mother of the child, an aspiring actress who never found major success in the industry, reportedly respected Connors' wishes and maintained the secrecy throughout her life. She never went to the press or attempted to gain fame or fortune from her connection to him. Her story only came to light after her death, when personal letters and correspondence were found in her estate, including exchanges with Connors' representatives regarding child support and confidentiality. The child, now an adult, has since confirmed the connection through DNA testing and has chosen to remain largely out of the spotlight. In interviews, they expressed no bitterness toward Connors, acknowledging that the pressures of fame and the cultural climate of the time likely influenced his decision to keep their existence hidden. They also revealed that they had grown up knowing the truth but were told from an early age not to pursue contact, as it might cause scandal or damage. What makes this revelation even more poignant is how Chuck Connors' public persona was built on themes of honesty, integrity, and fatherhood. His portrayal of Lucas McCain was a major influence on generations of viewers, offering a vision of moral clarity and parental devotion during a time when America looked to television for guidance and reassurance. That he struggled privately with such a deeply personal issue adds a layer of humanity and complexity to the man behind the myth. Ultimately, the revelation doesn't tarnish Connors' legacy, but rather enriches it. It reminds us that even those who seem larger than life are still human, flawed, conflicted, and at times burdened by the weight of choices made under difficult circumstances. Chuck Connors carried his secret quietly, likely out of a desire to protect his career, his reputation, and perhaps even the child involved. Now, as the truth finally comes to light, fans of The Rifleman can see their hero not just as a symbol of strength, but as a man who wrestled with real, imperfect decisions behind the scenes.